Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is me for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you and yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you'll find the content useful, helpful, insightful, entertaining, in some way, or you just want to give this channel some like love. It really does help me out and to raise awareness of asexuality if you do give these videos a thumbs up. If you don't know who I am Sandra, the author of this beautiful book, Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy, which is the world's first online training centre and school for asexuals and asexuality. Welcome to tonight's episode. So tonight's episode is all about no action, no results. And what you need to do if you want to get more friends or get an asexual relationship or get a asexual friend, do you know what I mean? If you haven't got many friends, this is what you need to do, right? So no action equals no results, which is pretty self-explanatory, but people might hear it and not bother taking it in. So what does this mean if you don't know what it means, right? So if you don't take any action, if you don't do anything, right, nothing actually happens. So it's no good keep saying, I want to make more friends, but not actually make an effort to go out and do that. Same as if you're looking for an asexual relationship, it's no good saying you want an asexual relationship if you're not making an attempt to do that. But you don't just make an attempt, you make a big attempt. So the more action you take, the more results you'll get, right? So limited action, limited results, more action, more results. So if you want a greater chance of finding more asexual friends, it means you have to take more action. It means you have to join more social media channels. It means you have to connect with more people in private messaging. It means you have to be more vulnerable and open to people and others. It means that you have to go in situations that maybe you're not used to going in and socialize in different places you don't usually socialize in. It means that you have to get out of your comfort zone. This is what it means, right? And you should open up as many opportunities as possible, right? It's hard to find asexuals, but there are a lot of asexuals who are online, right? There are people all over the place. There are people on Reddit, on Tumblr, on Avon, on, in Facebook groups, on Twitter, obviously other YouTubers. There are still a lot of asexuals around the globe, right? And if you're not currently connected to all different types of social media, you really want to expand your reach and you feel you can fit some more social media into your life, then go for it. Do you know what I mean? It's much better to have the biggest amount of people you can and try and find people you resonate with to be friends and narrow your pool down. You should be opening wide your pool of people, the people that you connect with. So this means going out more. This means going to places more. This means speaking in more groups. This means private messaging more people. So sometimes people will join an asexual group, right? And they won't stay in it very long, they'll leave. And I think, they do this with lots. Oh, hi, Sam. Nice to see you. Lovely to see you. They will do this a lot. I don't just see it happen in my group. I see it happen in other groups, that people will join a group and sometimes they will leave and they've hardly been in it. I noticed a guy doing this in one of the sex repulsed groups. He came in the group, then left it. And I think it was a sex repulsed group. He came and left it anyway, because I saw, he's having this conversation, then he'd left it. Do you know what I mean? It's very weird when people do that, but people have their own reasons for doing it. Maybe they got a bit scared. Maybe they didn't resonate with the group after all. Maybe it felt weird. So it happens in lots of different groups. But if you want to get more asexual friends, if you want to get a relationship, then you have to open your doors to being in more groups, more asexual groups, to going on more different social media than you've been on before, to connecting with more people. So if you see someone's profile and you see they're asexual, then you can start a conversation with them and say, hey, I'm asexual too. Where do you fall on the spectrum? Especially if they live in the same country as you, because it's an opportunity to possibly meet in person in the end, right? And if you're looking for a relationship, You should be expanding your pool, yeah? I mean, if you've got, I don't have the time to be on every single dating site in the world. If I did, I wouldn't get any work done, right? But there might come a time in my life when my career is more on track, where I have more time. So then I might go back on sexual dating sites. It's not particularly something I want to do, but there might be the odd asexual on there. Do you know what I mean? So whatever it takes, if you want to find a relationship, you need to open the avenues up. But not everyone might like it. So I did something today, right? And this person decided they don't like it, but that's their opinion. It's not mine, They are being, in my opinion, smaller minded, and they're not, like a lot of people sit in their comfort zone. They don't think outside the box, and they literally stick to what they think is right. Okay? So I posted on Facebook in this, it's a sex repulsed Facebook group, right? And, oh, here they go again. Oh, dearie me. Oh, they're now having another problem with this post, right? So there's an asexual group on Facebook. So I know this isn't a dating group, but are there any asexual heteromantic guys in their 20s in the UK looking for a relationship, right? Because the thing is, we're few and far between, unless it's got anything in the rules specifically about what type of group it is and the content you're allowed to post in it, right? As far as I'm concerned, you can post in the groups and ask them questions, right? Because people should be free to talk about what the heck they want in the groups, providing it's within the rules, right? So this particular, hi Ray. So I thought, right, obviously I'm still looking for my asexual soulmate. So I thought I will post in this group. Don't think I've posted a post like this. So I did say this. I know this isn't a dating group, but are there any asexual heteromantic guys in their 20s in the UK looking for a relationship? Which I would have no problem people posting that. Like I have a asexual friends group, right? And it's predominantly, it's to make friends. That's what the purpose is. But I don't mind if the odd occasion someone creates a post saying, hey, I'm actually looking for a relationship. I wondered if there was anyone else here that also be looking for it. Because, there might be someone else in the group that really wants a relationship that's suitable for you. And you're missing that opportunity. No action equals no results, And so this person commented, why would you be that person? And I put, not sure what you mean by that. I am who I am, and it's a genuine question. I want a sex-free relationship with a younger guy in my country, and no harm in asking. Many asexuals are still looking for love. The person who blatantly disregards the purpose of a group for their own self-advertisement. A lot of us want significant others, but we're decent enough to know there's a time and place for it. This isn't the place. Well, who's to say this isn't the place? There's nothing in the rules that I've seen that says you can't post to say you're looking for a relationship. This is just one person's opinion. Do you know what I mean? And if we're limited in asexuals as well, why not post in other groups? Do you know what I mean? I've made it blatantly clear. I know it's not a dating group, so it's a one-time post or occasional post. And I appreciate your opinion, but I am not of the same opinion. I would have no problem if other people posted that and would encourage it. And as you say, a lot of you are looking for significant others. So it's a great place to post what you are looking for, and I wish everyone to find love and happiness. But that's not what this group is for. Just because people are single doesn't mean every single group to exist needs to allow dating spam. And that's what it would be if everyone took after you. A spam of looking for blah, 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 blah. I want to see ace content. I'm here for ace content. For ace means, and maybe some advice post, maybe a group for ace dating if you're dissatisfied with your relationship status. Oh, dearie me. Oh. So one of my I don't see anything in this group saying you can't post if what you're looking for. I don't see anything you can't post about what you're looking for in a relationship. So she's not going to agree. Whatever I say, this person just doesn't like what I post. So leave them be, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So this other person said, Sandra, what happened to your group? I put this is another person that used to be in one of my groups. I said I still have all of my 5 groups, including the 3 dating ones. Just I haven't personally found a suitable guy for me. So I'm expanding my options and asking in some other groups. Some people always have to moan. Exactly, Ray. It's just ridiculous, you know? And I like the fact they're trying to criticize me and make me feel bad about something I've done, which there's nothing in the group to say you can't post that. Just because they see it as spam, not everyone else does. Do you know what I mean? And I noticed they'd written a post about dating. I noticed they'd written, I think that's on their personal profile, they'd written about dating. So that was quite hilarious. I still have all, this is a person that used to be in groups. I said, I still have all my 5 groups, including the 3 dating ones, just I haven't personally found a suitable guy for me. So I'm expanding my options and asking in some other groups, which there is no harm in doing, especially as I want an asexual who doesn't like sex. When looking for love, it's important to expand your search and reach. Not everyone who is asexual and looking for a relationship is in asexual dating groups or even knows about them. There are bound to be some in other groups. And she's put, yes, that's true. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Oh, dearie me. I think I should just block this person, therefore they won't even be able to see my post, will they? Oh, dearie me. That's one way of doing it, just block them and then they won't be able to see my post, will they? They're welcome to block me, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. But blatantly, you know, anyone, you know, should be able to, you know, what, so long as they're abiding by their rules. I mean, there's some groups, there's one group that is a support group that specifically says you can't post certain things like that, which is fair enough. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, you should be able to, like, you know, go in other groups. I know that it's not a dating group, but, you know, because there are other people. I mean, what if there's someone else in that group who really wants a relationship and I happen to be his dream girl? And, you know, he's been a bit lonely and sad and thought, I'd never find anyone. Do you know what I mean? You never know. And without action, there's no results. Do you know what I mean? And thinking outside the box. And at the end of the day, yes, if it's breaking rules, it's breaking rules, but there isn't no rules. That's just one person's opinion. And in order to get, you know, in order to get anything you want in life, you have to think outside the box and expand your reach. Like, you know, I might have to go on some sexual dating sites again in the future. Because, you know, if I keep doing the same thing, I keep getting the same result. And obviously I've got to expand what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you're on ASAP, asexual dating app, you just see the same people over and over and over again. Well, you know, if you're looking at the same people over and over again, you're just going to keep getting the same result. If you don't ask, you will never know. Exactly, Ray. Exactly. It's just, you know, in the one of the sexual dating groups I'm still in, it's like got my post has got about 58 or 59 comments. It's really funny. Oh, is it 58 or 59 likes or something? I don't know. Emojis. It's got a lot of emojis and comments. I think it's 59 comments. So there's still people comment on it. It makes me laugh. It's one of the most popular posts in the sexual dating group. It's the one where, you know, and that's, you know, that's what I'm saying again. No action, no results. So I took action, even though it's difficult for me to be in sexual groups, you know. I think that, you know, it is a dating group and a sexual group. Let me see if I can find the post, because this other guy liked it again today. Let me see if I can find what I wrote. Oh, besides, the admin approved it. I'm just gonna say the admin approved it. So sorry, the admin approved my post. The admin approved my post. You are welcome to block me if you don't want to see my content. To block me if you don't want to see my posts. That's funny. The admin. If you don't want to see my posts. I've written that back now. Because the admin approved my post because I just double checked on my phone. So it's that person that doesn't agree with it. The admin actually, 9 hours ago, they approved my post 9 hours ago. So if it's not allowed, the admin wouldn't have approved it. So interesting, isn't it? Very, very interesting. So yeah, let me see if I can find that other in the sexual dating group because I think it's really funny. It makes me laugh what I actually put because I think I'm so blunt, but I think it's really important to be, you know. Life is all about expanding your expanding what expanding your reach, and it's about trying new and different things. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to find my post now. Oh, here it is. It's got 89 comments. Look at this. 89 comments. Woo! I'm doing a record. Mine keeps coming up. Look. I don't know if you can see the cut. Look at them all. Woo! This is great for asexuality people. Do you know what I mean? That's why I love going in sexual dating groups. Oh my god, my screen goes red. It reacts with my phone. It's really weird. My Mac reacts with my phone. Right. So anyway, I just think it's hilarious because obviously this was approved by an admin as well in a special UK singles group. So it just makes me laugh when I read it. I just get so much fun out of this sort of thing. But it's really good to raise awareness of asexuality. Just look how many people's commented on it. Do you see what I mean? If I wasn't going in these sexual dating groups, these people would never have heard it before, and I wouldn't have found Ray either. So that's been the best thing ever, from sexual dating groups. So I put this on the 15th of October and they're still commenting. That's how you and me met. Exactly. And we're really good friends. Do you know what I mean? We wouldn't have this friendship. I would never have met you if I hadn't been in sexual dating groups. This is what I mean. No action, no results. You don't take any action, you get no results. You take little action, you get little results. You take big action, you get big results, right? I found 2 asexuals in sexual dating groups, and one of them's Ray, and Ray watches my channel nearly every day now as a really good friend of mine. Do you know what I mean? You don't take action, you don't get results. And the people that sit there moaning and groaning about things, going, this isn't a time or place to do it, when there's no rules that says you can't, and an admin approved it, the people that they're not thinking outside the box, they're just being stuck in the ways they are and not trying new things, and criticizing other people. Why, instead of criticizing me, why don't they just get on and post the stuff they want to see then? If they want to see memes and other stuff, why don't they go around posting it themselves? Do you know what I mean? It's one post that I posted. I don't even think I've ever posted that in there before. One post. Anyway, it's their problem, not mine. So I put this is a post I put in the sexual group. Don't forget that mine was posted on the 15th of October and I'm still getting comments in December. I have to say, it's one of the most popular posts in there. People must get, this is a sexual dating group, people must get a bit fed up in there thinking, oh my God, she's popped up again. Because if people keep commenting, I keep going to the top. So I keep seeing me near the top all the time. I'm cold and wet, just back from a big rescue. Oh, bless you, Ray. Oh, put the heating on. Put the heating on. Make sure, you change and put some nice clothes on. You know what I mean? I hope you're all right, because I know it's quite hard when you do a lot of rescues. Sending you lots of friendship love. Hope you're okay. Thanks for the roses. So I put, hi, I'm Sandra from Devon in the UK. This is what I mean about, I got quite a lot of results from this, even though I haven't got the guy of my dreams yet. I still got a lot of results. I put, hi, I'm Sandra from Devon in the UK. I'm looking for a romantic guy life partner, real true love and bestest ever friendship without sex, ever, in a monogamous relationship. I don't, capital letters for the don't, want sex ever. I'm a hetero asexual girl in sexual orientation, not heterosexual. I don't experience sexual attraction and not interested in that. I love this bit. and I am not interested in seeing your penis. You can keep that for yourself. The guy actually said that. It makes me laugh. I think it's so funny. Look, I don't know if you can see that. I know that it's backwards probably on the screen. Well, it's backwards to me, but it might be all right with you. But yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, I wanted to make that blatantly clear. Do you know what I mean? That I'm not interested in seeing a guy's penis. So I thought it was really funny having to prove that, which I'm glad. And I put, I don't want marriage ever. I don't want kids ever. I don't want to live together. I don't want to cook or clean for a guy. And I put, I do want a younger guy in his 20s who does not need sex. I get asexually or romantically attracted to older guys. I do want someone in this country who has the right to stay here permanently. And then I kept getting messages by people who don't even live in this country. Not interested in someone abroad and will not get married so you can have a visa and escape your country. Any more message about that will be blocked. If you are foreign but born in the UK, that is great and welcomed. So I was blatantly being, very blunt because I do want a guy who's more interested in brains and personality than booty. I do want a guy who's intellectually stimulating. I do want a guy who's honest and looking for a serious relationship, not just here on to chat lots of women up. I do want a guy who's kind, honest, and loyal. I do want a guy who doesn't smoke anything. I would prefer a guy who didn't drink alcohol. I would prefer a guy who's unconventional, normal, bores me. I do want a guy who is fulfilling his life purpose and who has his life purpose. I do want a guy who loves talking and communication. I do want a guy who loves lots of kissing and PDA without sex ever. That is public displays of affection. I do want a guy who enjoys going to the cinema, out for meals, to theme parks, zoos and aquariums, and that is what I like to do. I do want a guy who will support me in my career, and that includes all the work I do for asexuals, those who lack sexual attraction. I was a speaker at the UK Asexuality Conference last year in London. Thanks for reading, kiss kiss. So yeah, that's the one which has got so many. This was one that was absolutely disgusting, and I'm surprised they haven't deleted it, but they didn't. Some of them were rude because they're like, good luck, it's impossible to find what you're looking for. But this one, I couldn't just, it's such garbage. I just couldn't believe someone actually kept it on there, but I didn't say anything. I just laughed. This goes, I have sucks on my willy, self-sex is good, butt plug in away I go. I have many good times on my own. Oh, dearie me. I guess he's saying about having self-sex, not, but you know what I mean? It's a bit rude to say the least, but then I guess mine does use the word penis in there. So, it just makes me laugh because, it's like these people, like some of them, like this guy's good looking, but do you know what I mean? He's like in a foreign country as far as I can see. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, I'm looking for a serious relationship. And if I give it a heart, it'll probably message me. Oh, dearie me. I did like this. This was a really good thing someone put. Look, someone put this in the sexual dating group. Look. This I was very impressed with. Love is not based on sex. Love is based on respect, trust, and honesty. 12th of November. Look at that in the sexual dating group. I was well happy about that. I'm like, wow, that is amazing. Love is not based on sex. Love is based on respect, trust, and honesty. And I 100% agree with that. I thought it was amazing. I thought, yeah, it's really good. Do you know what I mean? Really, really, really good. Really good. Of course, you get the people that message you that are, like from abroad, and it's just like, don't you pay any attention to it? So many said you were fake in the group. That was me, I think. It wasn't you, Ray. It was another guy. It's Tony who wrote that. He's posted that, not you. I just was on there. I don't think I can get it back now. Where was I? I don't think I'm on there anymore. No, I'm not on that group. But it was a guy called Tony. Yeah, it was good of him. He posted it quite a while ago in November. Yeah. So It was, yeah, Tony. Tony's his name. I don't think it's really good to say his full name, but it was Tony. I expanded it so you couldn't see him, but you could just see. He did that 3 weeks ago, but his name's Tony. So yeah, so that was nice. I mean, I do get like, hello, interested. Very nice, Angel. Am interested, darling. Hello. Good morning, beautiful. But you know what I mean? So it's not all horrible. There was this one guy who lives in London, but he smokes, and I told him I couldn't be with a smoker. So you know, but there's just lots of, you know, like, good luck, it is impossible to find what you're looking for. And then this person go, hi, everything about it good. Oh, when you're lucky shine, you can get your blessing. It doesn't even make sense. This is what they're replying to good luck, it's impossible to find what you're looking for. And then this person's put, no, not only that, but she claims to have no sexual feelings, which is impossible. Really? I actually said I don't experience sexual attraction. I didn't actually say I don't have any sexual feelings. It depends what you class as sexual feelings. If you class as arousal as sexual feelings, then I do get aroused sometimes. But if you don't class arousal as sexual feelings, only sexual attraction as sexual feelings, then no, I don't have any sexual feelings whatsoever, because I don't experience any sexual attraction. So yeah, so you know, so you basically, yeah, you out taking any action, you don't get any results. It's like if you're doing business, right? You have to take action. Like, if I want to do a book, right, write a book, I have to come up with the idea for a book in the first place. I then have to roughly know what I want in the book, what type of questions to ask the people I interview if I'm doing an asexual book. If it's not an asexual book and I'm not interviewing people, I have to think of all the different things that the person would need to know if I was the one reading the book. Like, what problems have they got that they need to overcome? And I would need to like have an idea of what I'm going to put in the book, the content, and I would need to make sure it's structured right and everything like that. But first of all, you just do the writing, and you do like this creative explosion, I call it, you know, and you just write it. But unless you actually take any action, you don't see any books. This is why I can get books out. Do you know what I mean? Like, look, this took me over about a year to write it. But look, it's a real book that's published, and you can get buy it in bookstores. It's got an ISBN with it. Do you know what I mean? And so, you know what I mean? You don't get anything in life unless you take action, you know? Like, I've got other businesses I've got to launch in the next few couple of months. I've got 2, and then I've got some more. But you know what I mean? You don't get anything without taking action. And sometimes you have to take a lot of action before you see any real results. But all that action you're taking, you're learning, and you're developing, you're growing, you're finding different methods and ways of doing things, you know, ways that work and ways that don't work, you know? It's like I was saying earlier, you know, like on ASAP, you keep seeing the same people over and over again. You've obviously got to try something else. You can stay on ASAP, but you've got to try something else. I'm on asexual dating sites. I'm staying on them, but I've still got to try other things. That's why I go in sexual dating groups, and know that I might find some asexuals. I found 2. I found Ray. Just I haven't found anyone specifically for suitable for an actual relationship with me. But that doesn't mean to say it's never going to happen. You know, I just got to keep trying, you know. But obviously, sometimes it's good to, you know, like do other things as well. Like on sexual dating sites, for example, I don't want to go back on there yet, because as soon as you do, like, it's constant messaging you from different people, different guys. And it's just like, I spend about 4 hours on there. Do you know what I mean? Especially when I'm really looking for an Indian guy, and you know, or at least a foreign guy in the UK. There's a lot of them on Plenty of Fish, for example. But I'm there scrolling through their profile because I think it's nice to have some dates sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And just go out and have some non-sexual fun. Obviously, if you're dating sexuals, it's quite difficult sometimes. But you know, like, I'm going out dancing. I've got to go out. I want to go out dancing again this month before the end of the month. Before Christmas, I really do. It's important. You know, I keep that because I feel better. You know, I think the more options you've got in life, the better it is. And then, you know, you've got options that you can narrow down eventually. You know, I think keeping your every single option open for all always is not necessarily a good thing. I think you need to expand your options, and then when you've found something that's, you know, pretty much what you're looking for, then narrow your options down. It's like, you know, like, I've had loads of domains, and now I've started website domains, and I've started getting rid of website domains. I got some more, So I gave up 7 this year and gained 5, right? And out of the 5, 4 I'm going to use. I'm not sure about the 5th one, so I might just get rid of that next year and think I'm not going to use it because it's very much similar to another one. But I know that the other ones, one I've already used, I'm using, just start the website, that's my acefibrogirl.com site. And then the other 3, I'm going to, be using in the, 2 of them very soon. And the other one, later on in the year. So maybe sooner, rather than later. So, so what I'm doing now is there's some other domains I want to get rid of next year. So what I'm doing now is I expanded and tried to find out what worked, what didn't work, what I was going to use, what I wasn't going to use. And then now getting rid of the stuff that doesn't work so I can focus on what does. So sometimes you have to do that. You might have to try several different avenues, right? And if that doesn't work, you have to expand your reach again and take more action and go on more social media and go to different places and do different things, right? And socialize in different groups and go out to different places, that you wouldn't go out to before, or somewhere you'd love to go out to, but you haven't had the courage to do it. Just go and do it. Do you know what I mean? So you need to expand what you're doing, and then eventually you hone down when you've found something that's good, or things that are good, or that you want to do, or that you think are goers. You close them down. Like, I know now what I'm doing. I still got some domains that I'm undecided about, so they're a question mark because I can't make my mind up. But I know there's at least one other domain I'm gonna get rid of next year because I'm not going to be using it. And I can use one of my other sites for a product for that same type of brand. So, in terms of relationships, you expand your reach. But if you want monogamy, eventually, one day, you will have to decide to, this is the person that I want to invest in the most in terms of an actual being in a relationship with them, if you want to be with one person. But you need to expand your reach first. And then when you get to the point of, think I've found the right person, then you go and spend time with them. And do you know what I mean? So you have to, it's a bit like you go out there, expand your reach, and then close in and hone in on exactly what you want in life. So you kind of do that quite a bit with all different things. It's kind of weaving in and out of life in a way, weaving in and out of different parts of your life. So, but but in order to get more friends, then you have to expand your reach. I mean, I'm happy to have just, really, really good close friends I can count on my hands, and then I've got a bigger network of friends or people that I don't see that much. Do you know what I mean? It's good to have different friends and to have more than one friend, so that if one friend's busy, you've got other friends to see. Do you know what I mean? It's healthy that you're not just relying on one single person in the whole world. If they're busy and they've got their own life, like my best female friend, she has moved away, but thank God she's coming to see me, which is nice. But luckily I've got other friends. I've got asexual friends. I've got my best friend Sam, and I've got Andy, who's one of my best friends as well. And Andy I'm seeing on Sunday. Andy's got other friends. Andy's got Sam as their best friend as well as me, and they got other friends. And so, do you know what I mean? It's good to have a few really good close friends, or a best friend, or more than one best friend. I used to only ever have one best friend years ago. I couldn't have more than one, but I'm glad that I got Sam, who's my best asexual friend. I got my best female friend that I did know before I met Sam. But I mean, obviously Sam and me are very similar because we're asexual. We're more similar than in lots of ways, the asexual ways, particularly than me and my best female friend. But me and my best female friend, we've have a lot of history together. So I used to think only just have one best friend, but now I've got more than one friend, because obviously if I just have one best friend, I would just have my best female friend, and she's moved away now, but I already have Sam as my best friend. But I get on so amazingly with Sam. I trust Sam 100%. Really, really good. Do you know what I mean? So you can have more than one best friend. I think it's nice if a person is your best friend, because they kind of feel even more extra special. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice, and I prefer to have really, really close friends, and then have some friends that maybe I'm not so close to, and the fee is mutual. Oh, thank you, Sam. It's really lovely. Yeah, me and Sam get on so well, really well. Like, it just feels so comfortable being around Sam. Do you know what I mean? Like, the environments we go in, where we are, I mean, like my best female friend, I love her to bits, but obviously she's not asexual, but she is, she has been there for me, through bullying and all sorts. I'm just, so grateful that she's been in my life, all these years and really helped me in times of like need. But Sam travels much further to see me, I have to say. And and we get on so well because we just like a lot of the same movies. We have quite a lot of the same, not all, because I love kissing. Sam does not like me with the kissing, but we have a lot of the same boundaries and friendships and relationships, and like a lot, we end up fancying a lot of the same guys as well, which is quite amusing. But Sam doesn't mind British guys, whereas I'm much more into foreign guys. So yeah, but we like the same movies. We're really relaxed. The food's great. We just hang out together, have such a good time. The time flies by. Like, we spent 5 days together for Sam's birthday, and the time flies by. You don't even notice it's 5 days a lot of the time. It's just natural. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people, you might not think about spending that much time with them, but when I spend sort of 5 days with Sam, it's like, oh yeah, when are you moving down here? Because we'd like to see more of each other as friends. Really, it'd be cool. And go to Nando's lots. Yeah, maybe I need to just make a bit more money first, because I already live in Nando's as it is when I can. But yeah, I do like Nando's. I'll put on a bit of weight if I keep eating Nando's. But yeah, so maybe it's a future, because I'll have more money in the future, I'm sure. Yeah. So, but yeah, you've got to really, really expand what you do, and you've got to, like, with career as well, it's so important that you do take action, because action equals results. People just sit there behind computer screens and don't do anything. Like, like, if you're watching TV for 4 hours and you're like, well, I would like to do this hobby, but I've got no time, turn off the TV. Stop watching TV, take some action, or cut the TV down to half the time and go and do your hobby. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I met a guy on ASAP recently. I'm actually getting on quite well in conversation with him, which is quite interesting. And he's in the UK, and I'm not talking about relationship stuff. I'm actually talking about business stuff to him. And first talked about meetups. But it's just really interesting, because the job he does, he's like, oh, I have time to kill for a long time. I'm not going to reveal, obviously, his job or anything like that. It's personal between, me and him conversation, because he hasn't got it on his profile even. And I said, well, why don't you, like, have a business on the side if you got that, like, start an online business up if you got that much time, on your hands. Like, basically, you'll be getting paid to do the job you do and paid to do your own stuff. And he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. So I started speaking to him, because I'm going to be doing one of the businesses I've got coming up is how to make money online, teaching people what I've learned over like 8 years. So a lot of years. So yeah, that's going to be really good. I'm looking so forward to that. I'm really super excited, because I know people need my help, and I know a lot of stuff that's taken me years and hours of video watching and hours of going to seminars and hours of buying courses and hours to learn this stuff. And lots of people, they put in gobbledygook language. I've blooming clue what the heck they're talking about a lot of the time. Whereas I said to this guy, I summed up something in one sentence. He goes, oh, I guess I should have known that. I said, well, not really, because I didn't even know what it meant. It took me ages, because people weren't straightforward and talking like I am. Do you know what I mean? So I really think I can help a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really looking forward to that. But again, that's, like, if I'm not going to take any action or do anything, I'm not going to be able to help other people. So I'm still going to be doing these live streams. I'm still going to be writing books for asexuals. I'm just like, my life, my career is just going to go up and up and up in different levels. Like, it's going to be a whole new thing. But I'm really excited for 2020, because I feel like now, like, I've done that thing with my career and expanded, like, different brand names, and now I'm honing down on the ones that I think are really going to be successful for me. Obviously, asexuality is a major part of that, to do with books. I know that I need to write more books for asexual, because you guys love my books. I get this one sells every single month regularly, and so I know you guys love the books, all right. And the Asexual Guide to Sex book is the next one. I've got to get back to writing that, but this week, because it's been like, special offers, which is my Asexual Perspective is still on special offer, by the way, till Friday. It was on Kindle. It was on offer before, but I extended it to this Thank you, Sam. Great book. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Go and get a copy if you haven't already, because I expanded this sale, extended it, I should say, till Friday. And my fibromyalgia self-help handbook is available till Friday. The link for my fibro books down below as well. So, go and get copies of them before they go up. It's really important. But yeah, so, like, I know that I've got to expand the amount of books I do. You're still reading Asexual Perspective. Oh, good, Ray. You can do a review afterwards. It'll be good. It'll be really good. I know it's a lot to read, but it's good because it's like it's easy to read because like different people have their own chapter in here. If you've never read it before, people have got their own chapter. So every person's got their own chapter and story. So that makes it really easy. Because I personally don't like reading long books that are that are continuous. I like things to be broken down into chunks because I'm a slow reader. So that's why I purposely did it this way. So it's very easy to read. So you can read a few stories each day if you want. You can like read 2 or 3 stories a day, in which case you can get the whole book done in like with under a month because there's 47 stories in it. But if you do 2 or 3 a day, do you know what I mean? You can get through them and it's more easily digestible. So because I have a problem personally with reading slow myself, but I love non-fiction books the most, it makes it a lot easier for me to read. And I think it's good for people, to keep it shorter and snappier. And, it's just, you can just take it in a lot more, I think. It's good for all different types of readers, slow readers, or those that just like want to go through the whole book in a day, because some people do go through the whole book in a day. I've known that as well. So it's really good. But the point I'm saying in this video as well is going back to asexual friends and relationships. You have to take action. Like so there's some people in my groups and they're like even with friends, they're like, oh, I don't know how to make more asexual friends. I'm in these groups. Well, how you make more asexual friends is you post in the group. Because an asexual friend group, you post in the group, hey, I'm so-and-so from such and such a country. My interests and hobbies include blah, 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 and I'm looking for friends. Can you please comment down below if you'd like to be friends and I can private message you? Or, could you, if you want to be friends, please could you private message me? That type of thing. I often think, well, it's better if you say, like, comment down below if you'd like to private message me to think about, being friends, that type of thing. And obviously, if you're posting in groups and you're getting a lot of people, this particular person liking a lot of your posts, you can pretty be sure they think similarly to you if they're liking a lot of what you say. So then you can like private message and say, hey, notice you're liking a lot of my posts, thinking we might have some things in common because I notice you like the stuff I talk about. So, we're interested in connecting and possibly being friends, getting to know each other's friends. Do you know what I mean? That type of thing. So, like that's all about taking action. It's not about sitting there thinking I'm in a friends group, but I haven't got no friends. Well, if you haven't got no friends, the people are there in the group to make friends. So therefore you post what you're looking for in friendship. Do you know what I mean? And you kind of post, like I said, that they can private message you, or you can private message them. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very important. Like if you're in an asexual dating group and you're still single, right? There's some people that end up being in a relationship, or some people are polyamorous actually as well. So don't just think everyone in a dating group is monogamous, because they're not. So it's very important if you're looking for a relationship to establish if that person's monogamous, if you want monogamy, right? I know one person, they said they were really hurt because they got very emotionally attached to this person for a relationship. The time went on and they didn't realize they were polyamorous, and it really hurt their feelings. So, like if you're going to get into a relationship, make sure you do ask, are you monogamous? If you want monogamy, because you need to know that. I know there's a person who lives in a city not far from me. When I first met them, I said, are you monogamous or poly? And they're like, oh, well, my partner's poly, so I'm poly. I don't really exactly understand that, but I think, but like, I'm monogamous. I couldn't be with a polyamorous person. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm monogamous. And kind of like, I do kind of get it, because if someone's like, I do know some people, they're like, I'm monogamous, but my partner's poly. So that means they're faithful and loyal to that one person. That person can have other partners. That's what it means. But it's kind of like when some people put on their profile, have a polyamorous or monogamous relationship. I'm like, well, how does that work? Which one do you actually want? Because I personally would prefer to just be with someone who wants a monogamous relationship, so I know where I stand with them. Do you know what I mean? So don't make that assumption. But there are a few people in dating groups that do actually find partners, and therefore, and they stay in the dating groups. So again, you've got to be wary of that, But like, go in the dating groups and like post what you're looking for in a relationship. Say, this is me, this is where I live, this is my hobbies, my interests, and post away in the groups. And every so often you'll have to post again when you've got some new members in the group, that type of thing. But just think outside the box. Like me thinking outside the box is like I speak to guys in the supermarket as well. So my local supermarket, I will start a conversation with the guy in the queue and things like that, right? Because you never know when the right guy might come up. Do you know what I mean? And I chat to the guys who work at the supermarket as well. They're mostly foreign. Most of them are good looking, actually, I have to say, because they're foreign. It does help. Like, if I need to get my foreign fix, I can just go into my supermarket, which I'm in like 3 or 4 times a week anyway, and just look at them and think, oh, they're nice. But yeah, I can then go home and don't have to deal with them. But yeah, so just think outside the box, do different stuff, but take a lot of action. Like, if you've got a dream, a goal, ambition as well, like, work out what many little goals you have to take to get there, to accomplish that. Sometimes there's a lot of things you have to do and a lot of work you have to put in to get something. Like I know, if I know something I want to do in the future, if I don't find an asexual guy for a relationship, right? Which is probably nothing anyone would ever do apart from me. You know what I'm like? So I literally, if in years to come I'm not in an asexual relationship and I do still want one, I'm not like, thinking I want to be single for absolutely ever, and I genuinely, would like a relationship, then I'm going to go to one of the newspapers in London and actually ask them and pay them lightly to do, when I have the money, this is my future, pay them to do an article on asexuality. And so I can talk to them about what I do for asexuals and talk about asexuality, and specifically say that I want in the article to say I'm looking for an asexual guy in the UK's India and to contact me. I think that'll be great. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with buying an advert to advertise that you're single and you're looking for a relationship. Of course, I'm going to get probably 2,000 sexual guys apply, going, oh, she's asexual. That means she's highly sexual. Oh, I want her. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but you know what I mean? Like, I might put a billboard poster somewhere. Who knows? Do you know what I mean? The world's my oyster. And this is what I mean. You don't have to limit yourself to just being normal. You can think outside the box. That is like, because I know that if I'm going to be with an asexual Indian guy, unless there happens to be one living near me, he's highly likely to live in London. Right? And in order to find him, because he's not forthcoming, then I would, put an advert in the paper, in a London paper, for everyone to see. That'd be quite interesting. There's going to be some Indian asexual guys in the UK, in London. I bet there's one suitable for me as well somewhere there. There's got to be. I don't believe there's not, London's quite a capital for business as well. And I am a business girl, and I'll be suitable to be with a business guy. So, do you know what I mean? Like, that is a plan. So you always have to have like plans of action to expand your reach, to do things. I mean, obviously that's quite a drastic plan, really. Some people might say. And they might be, oh my God, what the heck are you doing? But do you know what I mean? I like to be different anyway. I think it's great. I just think it's so good to be different, and think outside the box. Do you know what I mean? I think life is so short that if you don't take action, you don't take opportunities when they come, they just pass you by. If you see a person that you like, that you think, that I feel romantic towards them, if it's a relationship, or if you see someone you like as a friend, thinking, oh, they seem really friendly, they seem really kind and caring, but but you're too scared to ask them, just ask them, just say, oh, do you want to be friends? If you see someone you'd like to be friends with, like, I'm looking for friends. How would you feel about getting to know each other as friends? Meet her for a coffee or whatever you want to do. If it's someone you attracted to romantically or in every other way, ask if you can get to know them, or just start a conversation and see where it leads. don't think small, like think big, think bigger than you are. Like, like think about if you're starting a business, think about the business being really huge in the future. Don't think small, think big, because if you think big, you're going to take more action. If you think small, you're not. If you think, oh, well, I'd like to make one friend this year, then that's not a very big goal. If you think, like, I'd like to make 5 friends this year, if friendship is your goal, then do you know what I mean? Then you're more likely to make 5 friends or nearer to 5 friends. If like, I believe I'm getting closer all the time to finding my Indian soulmate, even though I haven't found him, the one yet, right? But I believe I'm getting close to him every single time, because the more Indian guys I connect with, the more they come in my path, the more I believe that I'm getting closer to the one I will actually be with, and that all this is a test and a journey and lessons I need to learn. And that's why I'm not with him at the moment. Also, I think there's a lot of stuff I have to sort out in my own life with my career before it's going to happen, But I'm open to it happening. I'm still trying at the same time. Do you know what I mean? I think it's important, to keep your options open, and while you need to keep your options open, and to really widen and broaden your horizons. Like there's asexuals everywhere, on Reddit, on Tumblr, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, all over the place. Like I personally, I don't at the moment want to be on all those social media, because I just have enough to do. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and I'm even on Pinterest, but I don't really use it. Because Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube is my 3 main, and I blog quite a bit on WordPress, and that's like, do you know what I mean? That's enough social media for me to do. It's a lot of upkeep, especially because I run businesses as well. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it gets too much. So, I can't devote my time and split it into all the other social medias at the moment, even though I love a relationship. Like, if in the future, like, my businesses are all ticking along nicely, I don't have to do as much work myself for them, then I have more time to go on sexual dating sites again if I need to, or maybe even join some other social medias. But at the moment, my career is highly important to me, and I do believe getting a better career, or expanding into better things, is going to help a relationship. So again, it's taking action. Like, I need to be in a position where I can afford to travel to different parts of the UK. I'm not in a position to do that at the moment. So you see what I mean? So by actually focusing on my business stuff, I'm actually still focusing on stuff that's going to help me in a relationship. I'm taking action to get results. Do you see what I'm saying? So sometimes things that don't look like they're connected are. If I don't take any action to get results, to get money coming in through my business and get more and more of it, then I won't have the money in the future to travel wherever this guy is, because he's unlikely to be in my city. I'm not saying he isn't in my city, because there might be an Indian asexual guy suitable for me in my city, and I hope there is. But I don't know that right now. I have a feeling he's in London. I need money to go to London. It's very expensive, you know what I mean? So, every time I've been there, I spend at least 300 quid usually, and that's like just like for 2 or 3 nights, or 2 nights, I think it is. Like, you know what I mean? Money for, basically 2 nights, I think, or probably even more than that, £300. But usually it's £300 at least every time I go there. It's a lot of money, and so you know what I mean. By taking action, expanding other areas of my life, you can help yourself build better friendships, or more friendships, or relationships. So if I want more friends, again, I probably, would need to go into different, I've got enough friends. The ones I've got, I'm quite happy with. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not really so, I'm open to making new friends, but because I'm so business orientated, and I've got really kind, caring friends who keep in touch with me, and I need some time to do my business as top priority. Like, friendship is probably not the most highest thing on my list with other people when I've already got good friends. Do you see what I'm saying? If I hadn't got many friends, or I wasn't confident in the friends I had got, and I felt I needed to get more friends, then I would personally be doing that. But I'm still online. I'm still I'm making friends sometimes on ASAP, or asexuality, you know, but really those I'm on there to look for a relationship, not really friends as such. Do you know what I mean? My main goal with them is literally relationship, because I mean, if I want to be friends with loads of people, then that means it's going to require my time, more time at the moment that I've got to give, because I've got to spend time working on business stuff. Like I really have. I'm like got stuff coming out my ears at the moment in a good way. Anyway, Ray, that's how I met Ruth. Yes, you met Ruth by expanding what you do, didn't you, and taking action, because it was at an archery competition, wasn't it? I don't think you usually go to that one, do you? Is that right, Ray? I know it was at the archery competition, you said, at weekend, and I think that's because you were doing something different and going to a different competition. And you were being passionate, which is another thing. You've got to live your passion. If you live your passion and dream, the more, yeah, that's right. So the more you live your passion and dream, the more you'll attract the right person into your life as well. Because when you're passionate on your purpose and know what you're doing, you're more likely to have a clearer picture of what else you want in your life. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel at the moment, like next 2020 is going to be a big year for my career. I mean, seriously, it's going to be like, especially between now and April, that is going to be the most humongously big time of my life, when things are going to dramatically change. Not for asexual stuff, don't worry about that, but in other areas of my life, it's going to be a lot, because obviously I've got to keep doing everything I do for asexuals and expand other stuff I'm doing. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm very excited because I know what I'm doing now. Like for quite a few years, I've been like trying different stuff and I haven't really known what I'm doing. And now I've got a clear plan of like different businesses that I know will work. And I know what I'm doing. And I know that people love my asexual books. So I know that predominantly I'm just going to be writing, most of the time I'm going to be writing books for asexuals. I might be writing the odd one or two for sexuals as well. And if you're wondering why I'm doing that, it's because there's a huge market for it. I know what I'm doing because I have been in a heterosexual relationship half of my life, and I can introduce asexuality to a bigger audience, which is all good. And I, you know, even though I don't want sex personally for myself anymore, I know a lot about that sex stuff and I can explain it in a educational, informative way. And it's just like, because I just talk about it naturally. I still won't let her win in the next competition. Ray, you might. What if she beats you naturally, though? What if she whips your butt in the most unsexual way? I'm talking about not literally, but figuratively speaking. Sam, I'm going to singles night. Oh my god! And I'm going to a local Labour Christmas party where I know no one. That's new for me. That is really new for you. I'm so proud of you. That is really, really, really huge, especially a Christmas party. It's like, wow, that is massive. And a singles night. Is that in London, the singles night, by the way? I forgot to ask you that. And it's the Christmas party in London. Or is it near to your home? Because I didn't actually ask you that. I think that's really, really good. Really, really good. You know, it is hard, you know, like when you're coming across sexuals, it's very difficult because a lot of them they just want and need the sex. It is difficult. But you know, you've got to believe that somewhere there's going to be asexuals among the sexuals, you know, like Ray was. You know, there's going to be other people that are, and there's bound to be Indians in the UK, more of them that are asexual that know about. Do you know what I mean? Because there are quite a number of Indians that are asexual. They're not interested in sex. With Indian guys, you tend to get the really sexual ones that really badly want sex. Or you get the other ones that are not bothered about it, in my experience. The Xmas parties near me, the singles night is just south of London. I see so many singles nights in London. I know if I lived in London, I would be going to some of them. I know that because there's so many of them. And it's like, there's nothing down, like on meetup.com, there's no singles events in Devon or near my city that I've seen. There's nothing in Devon. Whenever I go to meetup.com, it's usually I'm always redirected to London because I put that in originally, I think, as my favourite like place to go to outside my city. So it keeps defaulting to London a lot of the time. Like, oh, this is what's 5 miles from London. I'm like, well, what's near Exeter, my city? It's like, oh, there's no singles events. I should start one really, but a meetup you have to charge for. Do you know what I mean? On meetup.com, really, we don't have to, but you know, if I was doing that type of thing, I'd have to charge for it because you have to pay. You have to pay meetup.com now, and I wouldn't. You know what I mean? And if it was for sexuals, you know, I'd charge for it. It's like, It's just like, I think because I once thought about doing that for one of the dating sites I was on, sexual dating sites. You can apply to be an organizer of meetup groups for sexuals. I thought I'd be really good at that, even though I'm asexual, because obviously I'm good at organizing meetups, and I think they pay you for it, or they pay to come to the meetup, I think. So I thought, oh, I'd be really good, and I'd be a leader of sexuals. That'd be quite amusing, wouldn't it? It'd be very funny. But I think I'd be good at that as well. So you know what I mean. I might have a hidden talent where I can help sexuals a lot, which is a very bizarre talent to have considering I'm asexual, but hey ho. But wow, yeah, I see so many singles nights. Like if I lived near London or in London, I would definitely go to the singles nights. I would, because like there's so many of them. There's bound to be some asexuals there somewhere. There's bound to be. They just don't realise they're asexual. You know what I mean? There's like tons of them. Oh, like if you're if you're not if you don't know what meetup.com is, if you go to meetup, as in meetup.com, it's where you can connect with loads of people in loads of different meetup groups. They have ones for all different types of hobbies, interests, and they do have a lot of singles groups. They do have some for asexuals as well. But not necessarily in your area, so you might have to travel. But some of the asexual groups are not just for asexuals, though. They have pansexuals in there, which isn't an asexual person, and they have some some LGBT people that aren't asexual. They are lesbian, gay, so you have to just understand and look out for that. Gabriella Kumatu. I don't know what KEM is. I know it's like, is it how are you that you're asking me? I know it's something, are you? I'm very good, thank you, if that's what you're asking me. How am I? I'm really good. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's really important, I think. So yeah, so basically Sam's a good example of doing something that's really good. It's like going to Christmas pie and to singles night, which they've never been to before. And Ray, that's how Ray met Ruth, the woman he's now dating. And he went and did a competition where he doesn't usually go to. See, it's all about getting out of your comfort zone and doing different things. Like I will continue to go to the club I like going to in Exeter, because if there's an Indian guy in the UK that is asexual, he is and in my city, he is most likely to go there. Well, not necessarily in the sense he's asexual and it's kind of sexual. There's a lot of people that are sexual there, but there's quite a lot of people that just like hanging out there with their friends and having fun. Sometimes they go in a group of friends. They're not all couples. So you kind of find couples there, or guys just going for sex, or there are some people that go in groups for friends as well. So he might be in a group of friends. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd have to try and find that out and find him. But you know what I'm saying? If he is like, if he likes dancing, or if he's on a more like sexual end of the asexual spectrum, then he's more likely to be in that club. And I just think it's very, very important that we expand what we do. I haven't been to any business networking events lately, but I'll be going back to them probably, in the future, especially when I've got new business stuff going on as well. But I just think it's just like life's wonderful, and you just got to take and grab opportunities when you can, and just take as much action as you want. The more action you take, the bigger results you get. More action you take, the bigger results you get. Always remember that. Also, I took a chance of going to a meetup over 200 miles away and found my best friend. Me! And I've made other friends through it. Oh, thank you, Sam. Big kiss for my best friend. Oh, man. Oh, that's a lovely thing to say. Oh, you took me by surprise then, even though we are best friends, and I shouldn't be surprised. I just think that's so lovely. Going to me over 200 miles and I found my best friend. Yeah, I found my best friend as well. Sam and me are such best friends. It's really lovely. We get on so well, like incredibly well. Like I love it when we were in the cinema once and we were watching this film, which was like, well, it was like a kids movie, but it was split into little movies. And there was these chickens, and we were both making chicken noises in the cinema. It was so hilarious. I absolutely loved that. I thought it was so fun. I thought there's only me and Sam which would do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't see any future boyfriend being like that with me. I'm like, oh please, because I just felt so comfortable around Sam. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was Paw Patrol, that's it, and it was split into mini, like, was it 4 or 5 mini Paw Patrol stories? Now, Paw Patrol is usually for under 5-year-olds, mostly. Do you know what I mean? It's like really young ones that watch it. And yeah, there was this part in the film. It was great times. It was part of the film, and it was literally making chicken noises, so we can't start going. It's just hilarious. And it was when these two women, about halfway through the movie, came down to us and said, "Oh, they thought this other movie was in this screen." And I was like, looked at their tickets. I said, "No, that's on next week in the screen, not this week." And it's certainly not this one. And they said, "Did you, meaning me and Sam, pay to come and see this?" And we're like, "Yeah." And they like kind of smiled and laughed and went off because they couldn't believe it. But we loved it. It was so funny. It was hilarious. I felt so comfortable around Sam because we just like chill out together. Do you know what I mean? Like really, really comfortable. It's like being in a comfy armchair, but obviously not being in a comfy armchair because we're very strict with friendship boundaries. But you know what I'm saying? It's like being in a comfy armchair, just like relaxing and chilling. Do you know what I'm saying? That type of feeling. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm being very careful with my words here. So yeah. But oh yeah. Oh, it's really good. Thank you so much, Sam. I always love talking to you. I like to know what Sam's doing as well. Sam, not he. Sam, them. Oh man, I'm really good. I've been really good. I haven't said. I'm not very. I have to say the one thing is I do forget pronouns. My brain forgets them. I do apologise. I try my best. I'll keep trying. But yeah. So yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say now. But yeah, it's just amazing. Me and Sam get on so well. It's just incredible. I got both dogs on me. They know I'm cold. He. Oh yes, I think I'll have to wrap up this video soon because you're cold and you need to rest, Ray. And you've got another date, I think, coming up on Saturday, isn't it? And yeah, so it just hope they're keeping you warm, Ray. Yeah. Yeah, so I think this is really good. Like the people in the chat, Sam and Ray, they're taking massive action. Like, yes, and if Sam hadn't come to my meetup, I would never have met them, and we wouldn't be best friends now. Do you know what I mean? Well, actually, that's not totally true because I met them in my no sex dating group, so I did meet them before, but we didn't know each other that well then. Do you know what I mean? We weren't close like we are now at all. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't know them in person. But after 3 days, the first meetup we spent together, that was it. Best friends, 100% trust ever since. And to just say that is really incredible because I haven't felt that way before about any person that instantly like that. It's just like incredible, really, really, really incredible. So if you're listening to this now, like it's proof is in the chat that these people, they take the like the opportunity and the risk. Like life is a risk. Like just being alive is a risk. Do you know what I mean? While you're breathing, because you could die at any second. It's a risk. Do you know what I mean? It's like you kind of have to start thinking of life in a different way. Like when you walk out of your home, it's a risk. Anything can happen to you. Even like being in a shower, anything could happen. You could still slip and fall. Do you know what I mean? And heaven forbid. But you know what I'm saying? Anything's a risk. Being alive's a risk because anything could happen to us at any given moment. But you have to take risks in life. Your life is a risk, really, anyway. So, do you know what I mean? You're not really doing anything different to it. You're just expanding the amount of risk you're taking. And like it's a calculated risk. Like, so you have to understand about rejection as well. You have to not fear rejection. Like, you have to understand that not everyone's going to agree with you. Not everyone's going to want you. Like I said, there was a guy in a supermarket the other day, and I started talking to him, and then he said, "Oh yeah, my wife has a job over here too," and he blatantly made it obvious he's got a wife, and that was an example of a good guy. Excuse me, someone who's basically making out very early in the conversation that he's with someone, and I like that type of guy. I actually love coming across that type of guy because it shows deep respect for his partner, and that he's not open to any other offers or even open to like being too friendly with other people because he's taken. What's annoying is when you speak to a guy and then you find out a long time later he's actually got a partner. It's like, well, why didn't you just say that in the first place? Do you know what I mean? Why beat around the bush, or or like not tell me, or like kind of hide it. It's a bit weird. So, oh, they are keeping you warm. That's good. Oh, Ray, that's good. Ray's got his girls with him. Has lots of girls in bed with him, don't you, Ray? Of the fluffy, furry kind. But yeah, so it's really important, like just to keep taking action and keep, like doing stuff. Like if you stop doing things, then nothing's gonna happen. It's like I will not stop trying to look for my Indian soulmate, even though I am happy being single, and I do love the single life a lot. I would still like to be with my Indian soulmate. It would be great. I think he's here, but he's just not here in person yet. Girl, one boy, but dogs. Oh, sorry, Ray. You've got a girl and boy with you. That sounds so naughty. I know what you mean. They're dogs. Yes. So actual dogs, like furry kinds, not being rude. So yeah, I think it's really important to just like whatever you're doing in life, keep taking massive action. And if you're not sure how to take action, if you're a bit scared, then I would say break things down into smaller goals. So if you like worried about going to a group where you don't know anyone, I would like, pick a group where you've got something to like interest you in it. So like say it's your favorite hobby, like photography, and you think about going to a group, like why not go to a photography group? Because you're very enthusiastic and passionate about the subject. Therefore, even if you feel a bit left out with maybe you don't talk to, you should obviously put yourself forward for talking to people. But if you find that bit difficult at first, then go, because you'll get to know about, you'll get to talk about photography. You'll have that kind of environment where you like the subject matter. So even if you end up feeling a little bit like, oh, I feel a little bit left out, you're not going to feel as left out as if you go to a group where the subject matter is completely different. And a lot of people are likely to find their partner in a meetup group with a hobby or interest. Like sometimes, do you know what I mean? Like sometimes people can meet people in spiritual groups. Some people can meet people in a business group, for a relationship, even though it's not aimed at a relationship, which is, like that's another thing. Sometimes you go to different groups and they're nothing to do with dating, but you still find your partner there. It's quite common, you can just be in a certain place at a certain time, and all of a sudden there, bang, this person is. Do you know what I mean? Like I was very lucky that Sam came in my asexual no sex dating group, because it's only through that they then end up coming to my meetup. If they hadn't have joined that group, then you know what I mean? And there's tons of groups on Facebook. Do you know what I mean? They could have joined any group. They could have not even seen my group. But, I'm glad they did. So glad they did. Thrilled they did. And, Ray, I wouldn't have found Ray in the sexual group had I not gone in a sexual group. So my intuition was right. Go in sexual groups, Sandra. You might find some asexuals in them. See? And so it's all true. It all works. It's it's really, really good. See, all I can say is, if you want friends, it means you have to go and try and make friends, which means reaching out to people, messaging people, contacting people, connecting with people, arranging to see people. This is action. It's no good sitting there saying, I haven't got any friends. It's fine to acknowledge that, but it means like, what are you going to do about it? That means you doing something about it. No one's going to come along in life, especially when you're an adult, saying to you, like, this is what you've got to do, and give you a shove usually. You've got to do it yourself, You've got to be self-motivated. You've got to be, like, have self-belief. You've got to have self-drive and be driven to get what you want in life, whatever is your goal, and you've got to take baby steps towards that. Maybe you can't be in like going out to tons of groups at once, but you go to one group at a time and see how it goes. And then if it's not a suitable group for you, you move on and go to another group, like I went on Plenty of Fish dating sites, sexual dating site. It actually wasn't, well, there was some bad aspects of it, but it could have been worse. But I got pulled off there because I used the word sex in my profile saying I don't want sex. But I still don't understand that, because other asexuals have put in their profile they don't want sex either, and they didn't get banned from the site. But maybe it's because I put in the title and not just in the description. I don't know. So after 10 days, I was off there, off and on. But it saved me a lot of time, because I got guys messaging me all the time on there. A lot of them are time wasters. Some of them just want to chat to women online constantly, all the time. Do you know what I mean? So, I think it's good to get out of your comfort zone, take massive action. The more action you take, the better it is. Do you know what I mean? And the more you set goals that are really maybe challenging for you now, the more you're going to achieve more in your life. It's really, really important, you know? Like, I know what I've got coming up in business-wise. I know that I can do it, but it's a lot of work what I've got coming up. But I'm excited. You know, one of the brands I've got is very weird because it's kind of different to asexuality, but I'm going to be good at it. I just know I am because I kind of know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I'm going to say goodnight now because I think I've been talking enough. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button and hit that bell icon to get notified every time I go live. I now post a new video. Thank you so much, Ray, for being in the live stream. Thank you so much, Sam. I love you guys. And my friend Sam, who's non-binary. I say guys as in a general term, actually. Like I call everyone guys sometimes and say, hey, guys. Even if it's female present. But thank you, Ray and Sam, so much. And thank you to Gabriella. Thank you so much for tuning in. Anyway, I've got to love you and say goodnight now or wherever you are in the day or week or month. Happy day, happy morning, happy night. And don't forget, like I said, subscribe and share this video and anyone you think may benefit and give it a thumbs up. And I will see you on the next video live stream. Night all, night Sam, night Sandra. Thank you so much, night Ray, night Sam, night Gabriella. And until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's. And yeah, good night Sandra, good night Ray and the doggies. And I'll see you on the next live stream or video. If you've got any comments, queries or questions about this video, any of the content, please leave it down below in the comments. In the meantime, I love you. Take care. Bye. Nice to see you.